belly fat, weight gain, loss of muscle mass, mood swings, exhaustion, basically everything that sucks about the M word. If you're nodding your pretty little head, you are not alone. It's happened, is happening, or will happen to every woman on this planet. Hard stop. The good news is that with today's advancements and knowledge base, there are definitive things that we can do about it. And that is exactly what we're talking about today. Plus a juicy, game-changing secret I'm gonna share with you at the end. Don't miss it, it's worth it. Heads up, I am not a medical professional. I'm just sharing things that I do in my private life that are working for me. In the end, you're the boss of you. Listen, take it in, talk to your doctor, and then decide what's best for you. Okay, ladies, let's do this. Okay, Molly thought she wanted to be... Ladies, this video has been a long time coming with reams of you asking about HRT, whether I take HRT, what I think about it, expressing frustration with belly fat, loss of muscle mass, exhaustion, you know, all the things. Most recently, my beautiful girl, Miss La 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 La, shared, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm going through perimenopause right now and struggling with belly fat. Never had an issue with my weight, and now I'm at my heaviest weight ever. I feel so hopeless right now. And my girl, Miss Louise Griffiths, who asked, what do you think of HRT? Have you taken it, and your thoughts? Okay, let's start there. Yes, I do take HRT, and I have done so for the past 3 to 4 years as prescribed by my personal doctor. I use an estrogen gel that comes in these little packets and a testosterone cream every morning. A few years ago, I started feeling perpetually tired, grumpy, and exhausted. I didn't immediately connect it with the M word. Yeah, I know, I still can't say it. I chalked it up to working hard, burning the candle at both ends, you know, just like typical things that I would do. When I reached the point where I started feeling unmotivated, which is completely antithetical to the way I've been my whole life, that got my attention. Subsequently, I went in and I got my blood test done and discovered the root cause according to my doctor. Both my estrogen and testosterone levels were unusually low. According to my doctor, some of the effects of low estrogen are hot flashes and night sweats, mood changes, i.e. depression, anxiety, mood swings, bone density loss, and skin changes in the form of loss of elasticity and some dryness. Some of the effects of low testosterone, fatigue, like tiredness and low energy, mood changes, increased irritability, lack of motivation, muscle weakness, loss of muscle mass and strength, weight gain, difficulty maintaining or losing weight, often due to changes in metabolism. And finally, cognitive effects, issues with concentration and memory loss. At the time, I had not personally started experiencing weight gain or muscle loss, but I firmly believe that had I not started the HRT, that was probably right around the corner. I think I got it just in the nick of time. I am a fan of HRT for me personally. I firmly believe that it's played a key role in keeping my weight and my muscle definition where it's always been, and also mitigated or actually eradicated a lot of the things I was experiencing with fatigue and being tired and not motivated. It basically brought me up to where I've always been. So for me, it's a yes. Now, unless I'm seriously burning the candle at both ends, which, you know, isn't uncommon for me, I no longer feel that level of fatigue and irritability and exhaustion that I was experiencing before. No hot flashes, and as long as I work out as I always have, I've been able to keep my same muscle mass and not put on weight. I'm actually a little lighter than usual. More on that later. That is my juicy secret. Stay tuned. So, is weight gain inevitable? I am a jaded consumer, y'all. I will just tell you straight up. Brands are in it to win it, not to actually help us. That's my feeling. They spend billions and billions of dollars annually to prey on, and I would argue capitalize on, our fear of getting old, of getting fat, of basically being unattractive. I mean, it's just marketing 101, right? So when I see ads that incessantly harp on women over 40 and belly fat, then they magically have the solution in the form of their product, I usually tend not to believe it. Maybe that's just me. I'm more inclined to believe that it's a lot of hype and blown out of proportion. You know, the old make them sick, make them well. In other words, create the problem and then you've got the solution. And that really we've got a lot more power to control our own bodies than we've been led to believe. I asked my daughter point blank. She's a great doctor. I love her. She doesn't pull any punches with me. And listen, she doesn't have a dog in the fight. So I asked disaster? Is weight gain really inevitable? Like there's literally nothing you can do about it, so get ready cause here it comes? Or do most women use the M word as an excuse? Oh well, it happens, nothing I can do. I really wanted to know because if it's largely an excuse, I can control that. If it's not, well, what can we do to mitigate? Here's what she said, and I'm paraphrasing. Hormone changes do make it more likely that women will gain weight around the belly versus the hips and the thighs. But hormonal changes alone do not cause weight gain. It's usually related to aging and one's lifestyle. For example, as we age, muscle mass goes down, fat increases. Losing the muscle mass slows our metabolism, making it harder to maintain our weight. So if you eat as you always have and you don't increase your physical activity, we're much more likely to gain weight. The problem is that most people do slow down as they age and they don't work out as hard as they used to, a double whammy. It just makes matters worse. She also said that other factors like having a poor diet, like we all know about, processed foods, junk foods, lots of takeout, and not getting enough sleep also contribute to weight gain. That's because when we don't get enough sleep, we tend to eat more and snack more. And actually that makes sense to me because when I feel exhausted for whatever reason, I just feel like I want cookies the next day. I don't know what it is. So putting two and two together with the low estrogen and testosterone levels that I had that were resulting in that lack of motivation, that fatigue, that just exhaustion and irritability, the chances of me keeping up my workout intensity and my same workout routine were gonna be probably pretty slim, which in turn meant diminished muscle mass, slower metabolism, and inevitable weight gain. My takeaway, okay, I can control this. I started the HRT as she prescribed. Okay, so here are the results. As I recall, it took about 3 to 4 weeks to feel the full effects. I felt like my normal, healthy, happy self again. Energized, positive, motivated, all the things that we love feeling. I felt motivated and re-inspired to hit the gym hard again. And since I was using the testosterone, my muscle mass came back in spades. That's part of the reason why I am filming with you right after I worked out, because I wanted you to see, because you want to see the results. I do know that for many of my friends, it took a couple of adjustments with a little more estrogen, a little more testosterone to get the perfect cocktail for themselves. I did have to adjust the testosterone just a little in order to get like my perfect cocktail, but in the end, it did the trick and I have a good combo right now. Okay, so I'm going to predict a few of the comments that there are going to be on HRT. There have been studies that have said that HRT slightly increases the risk of breast cancer. And if you've had breast cancer in the past, your doctor will probably advise that you not take it. That being said, regardless of what you hear from me or from friends or what you hear on TikTok or YouTube, take it with a grain of salt. The bottom line is talk to your doctor directly, ask her all the questions, and then you make the final decision. I'm just here to share my own journey, and if it piques your interest, then you really need to talk to your doctor, obviously. For me, it's a yes, I'm a fan, I do it, I love it, I'll do it again. Okay. Now for the game-changing secret that I am about to share with you. A few months ago, I went to dinner with a friend that I have not seen in almost a year. She walked in and literally I almost didn't recognize her. She's struggled with her weight her whole life, and I am telling you, the woman walked in looking svelte and sleek as a supermodel. I was like, what the freak did you do? You look so good. She shared with me that she had started using semaglutide. That is the active ingredient in the Wegovy and the Ozempic weight loss medications that you hear everybody talking about. And if you've ever questioned whether or not I really am non-judgy, the fact that a friend would share and tell me that probably says it all. Long story short, I wanted to try it and see if it worked because I wanted to share the results and my experience with all of you at some point. This is the point. I went to the medical spa that I go to for my Botox. The woman that I see who owns the med spa is a BSN, which is a high-level nurse. She's practiced for 30 years, and in a nutshell, I trust her. After assuring her that I just wanted to try it, I know the first thing you're probably thinking is you didn't need to lose weight. I just wanted to try it. I wanted to see if it worked, and I really wanted to share it with you. So she gave me 1 month. I've done it for 3. You start with the smallest dose, injecting yourself once a week for a month, at which point the dosage is increased. It's really easy. You swab the area, you pinch a little bit of fat, and inject yourself with the product. I did feel tired for the first 2 days after I did the injections for the first month, but that went away. Here's what it does. Semaglutide stimulates the pancreas to produce more insulin when blood sugar levels are high, helping to regulate your blood sugar. It slows down the movement of food from the stomach to the intestines, ergo controlling your appetite and contributing to weight loss. In layman's terms, it curbs your appetite. I continued eating my regular plant-based meals, I just ate less. Honestly, for me, it was really easy. Aside from being tired the first couple days after the shot for the first month, it was pretty simple. So even things that I love, like I love C's chocolates, you know I love my sweets. I would have a bite of them every once in a while, but I just wasn't eating as much of them. So the results, I don't know why I'm embarrassed to tell you this. Okay, so I've lost 10 pounds. I'm only 5'2". I'm normally around 108. I'm 98 now. I'm done. But depending on your goals, some people take it long-term for maintenance also. Price, I paid $350 per month. Now, certainly you can go through Ozempic or Wegovy, but honestly, I just didn't need the hassle and I knew I wouldn't get approved for it anyway. And in my area, there are a lot of very reputable medical spas that offer that service as well. The one thing I personally would never do, I would never order it online. I don't know. You don't know these people. I went to somebody that I really know, that I trust, that I respect, and that I know has the integrity where she has good product. And that's what I did. In the end, you're the boss of you and you make the decisions for yourself. Okay, and be sure to check out my next video, things that I do for body, diet, and skincare. Have a great weekend, ladies, and I'll see y'all Tuesday.